Hi, hello, and welcome back to episode 14 of our podcast called D.D.D Discussions. I'm Laura.
And I'm Luma.
And yes, we might not have uploaded an episode last week, but we had a very good reason for that one, okay? You can't be mad. You really
Sure.
can't be mad. Yes,
Sure.
it was a good reason. It was a good experience and everything. As we maybe could have already knew after you liked the thumbnail and the name of the episode, we went to the All Hours concert in Berlin last week's Monday on the 26th of May. And because we both aren't from Berlin and we needed to travel a bit, like
Just a little bit,
the 9 to 11 hours trips with 6 and 9 hours just for the bus. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. And we also actually both worked on Saturday before, so okay, we couldn't pre-record an episode. Oopsie. But hi, we're back. And yes, today's episode just might be a little bit about the I don't know what to call a topic. All hours maybe, I don't know. Yeah, all hours topic obviously in Berlin. And our very random and very fun and very depressing for you Fansign, and then the very, very funny snapshot experience plus concert experience, etc. And a little bit Berlin talk because my pretty butt dragged us all on a sightseeing tour because I am a tourist from Austria. Duh.
Who's that sweet? Duh.
Duh. So, and fun fact, I actually also got the Welcome Berlin tourist card or whatever. Also, yes, I'm a tourist. I'm a full-on firm tourist.
Yeah, for like the public transportation and stuff.
But it was actually not that expensive. It was kind of okay-ish, so.
Yeah, but that was the joke of the weekend. You being the tourist, the biggest tourist of them all.
Hey, I got the Lima ticket for Austria, so basically I can travel in whole Austria for free, you know?
Yeah, I can do that in Germany.
Yes, look, if you come to Austria again, you're also gonna be the tourist. They actually also have tourist cards, so I'm gonna get you one.
Jesus. So, but before all our rant about all hours.
Our rant about all hours, what?
Yeah. No, that's not what I said. Did I? No. All our rant about all hours. Okay, yeah. Never mind. Kind of a little punt there, but sorry. First, as always, we have our newsflash with 2 weeks of news. Please. So, as always, first we're gonna tell you a bit about some comebacks that happened in the K industry and hit you with some tour announcement, and then with the latest news in a couple of short sentences. So yeah.
Small disclaimer, as always, obviously. We're gonna record episodes mostly on Monday. Not looking at today's date though.
Nope.
We weren't able, our sketches are really off, so basically we might record that one on Wednesday, but we're gonna record episodes mostly Monday. So the news is gonna be from Monday last week to this week's Monday, aka Monday 2 weeks ago to this week's Monday. So basically covering a whole week. No, whole 2 weeks, but with news from like last week's-ish. I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense still, but it makes sense, so yes. And now, me starting with comebacks. We got a lot. Not that much, but a lot. For the first thingy, we got Black Swan's single I Like It Hot on the 21st of May. Then we also got Valor's single album Goodbye and Hello on the 21st. We also got Nitzy Yu's Japanese digital EP. I am tired. Love Line Japanese version, Shining Day, and it was the release of a dance video and the title track pre-release on the 24th. Then we got Shiny's new album single Poet Artist on the 25th. Then the 26th was loaded. 17's album Happy Birthday with the title track Thunder on the 26th. Irene and Sully's album Tilt on the 26th with the title track also called Tilt. Then we got Kickflip's album Kick Out Flip Now with the title track Freeze on the 26th, Bang Jungkook Motion on the 26th. Then we had the actual release of Nitsu's album on the 26th. Moving on to the 27th. Jesus Christ, I can't do numbers today. Thank God it's not a number episode.
No numbers.
Yeah, true that one. Even at work. We got on the 27th, we got IU's album Flower Bookmark 3 with the title track called Never Ending Story. Emujin's album Pemse on the 27th. Then we got Savannah's digital single Sarang Hero Dekayo. I think it's gonna be translated to I Need to Love. Like love, because Sarang He is love and Do is as well, and Dekayo is like the need to form. Then we got With Us digital single album Indigo on the 27th. Then we got AU, I would say, wow! Subunit Dreamcatcher album playlist You Are You with the 2 title tracks Attitude and 2 Months on the 28th. Then we got Flying album Everlasting with the same name for the title track Manyon Sol, aka also Everlasting, also on the 28th. Then we got Polaric's album debut Freefall, and then it was a bit Chinese. We don't speak Chinese, I'm sorry for that one. But the song's called No Complaints, and it's a pre-release though on the 28th. Then we got Kira's pre-release Kill My Boss on the 29th. At Heart preview Good Girl, then like the brackets at Heart on the 29th. Then we got Hanung's from Warner's solo single Raider on the 29th. Then we also got BB Girl's remake of Pyunji Sub's song Himangsang, or also called Wishlist in English, also on the 29th. Then we got, finally, kind of happy about it, XD, aka Old Sheet, album Wish on the 30th. And we got B.I.'s new album Wonderland with the title track called Ferris Wheel featuring Haze on the 1st of June.
Yes, and that was it for like the last comebacks that happened. And now with new tour announcements. We have winner in the Seoul Olympic Hall, like 3 dates in July got announced. Then we have Music Bank in Lissabon. The lineup dropped. It is 80s, 0+1, Taemin, Rise, Isna, and IVE. Then we have, as Luma would say, wow! Dreamcatcher. July and August North America and Latin tour announcement. And we have Studio Pave teased again. Please, Austria and Frankfurt. Thanks. We have Irene and Seulgi's Asia tour. Viva's new Legacy Asia and
Oceania? Like Sydney and like Australia.
Yeah, Australia. Start in July, and then Tokyo, etc. in October and November. And more cities are soon to be announced, soon to come. Thingies, yeah. We have Ash Island, Small Asia Leg, close North America, and Canada starting August to September and more. We have Ensigning Fan Meet Tour in the US.
You're always calling him Ensigning. And last time you also said Ensigning.
Let me call them Ensigning. You with your wow.
Hey, how would you pronounce them? Wow. UAU? That sounds dumb.
But wow doesn't.
Ensigning.
Ensign, sorry. Shut up.
No.
For the next set news, we have CIX in Europe and North America also got cancelled. And last but not least, we have Park Boyoung Overseas Fan Meet Tour got postponed.
Sure. Everything is announcing something and then they're just postponing or cancelling. That's kind of sad, but yeah.
Yep.
Now, for the news, I just looked up the most interesting ones that were on Supi because our source is Supi to be like, we just trust them Because, for example, I don't trust another site called Kboo or Koreaboo, and stuff like this. But we got Jin from Astro actually exemption due to health reasons from military. So bro is not gonna leave for military. Then we got the announcement for BTS Festa with like an offline con kinda, and it's actually kind of cute and funny because I think it's also gonna be the first Festa in like a few years where all members are gonna be out of military. Kind of happy about it. Then we got something out of the blue. Nowadays changed their name to Nows, and as Laura said, it kind of sounds like a German TV streaming platform.
Yeah, it's called Now, and I don't know when we like saw the teaser trailer thinking for the new name. The first thing that came to my mind was like the Now streaming platform. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's kind of easier to find them now because nowadays it's kind of a normal term to use, and Nows is like something different and new, but still. Then we got a sad news. Chano is going to the military on July 28th, and also Rowan, ex-member of SF9, is also going to go to military on July 21st. Then we have SKZ Felix injury and performance modification during North America leg, aka he's gonna be performing, but he's not gonna dance and move a lot. Then we also got Monster X IM limits participation in group because of health reasons and issues and stuff. Then we got Boys Planet 2. They're not gonna debut two groups, a Chinese and a Korean one. They're actually gonna debut just one group. Now, that was the announcement. And now we got something interesting. Just a small disclaimer. Korean election was yesterday. And I think the blue party won, if I'm not wrong. Yes, the blue one, because the red one actually almost won. I'm not gonna give my tea to it. I'm actually kind of interested in politics and Korean politics stuff, but yes, we're still a K-pop channel, and yeah, etc. But they had election, and during election, there is the thingy with 1 and party 2, and also like party 3, 4, and 5. So basically, K-pop idols kind of tend to not show a peace sign or a V or whatever, or a thumbs up, etc. because they don't want to be associated with the literal party that you could vote for then soon, for the president, etc. So, yes. Most of the time, if idols do like official stuff during the campaign thingies, they're gonna be very like, Jesus Christ, don't make a V, and other members if another member makes a V and the other member sees, it's like, oh Jesus, stop it, and everything. And if a member gets caught doing it by themselves, like literally someone does a peace sign, like a 2, and then just looks at it, they might start counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 10 and stuff, just to not get associated with the election. Also, they tend to wear more like not bright colors, etc., like red and blue and stuff, because obvious reasons. So basically, these days, idols wore more like blackish, whitish, neutral colors. But we got a very interesting picture of Karina from aespa. Yeah, aespa. Getting kind of dragged down because she wore a jacket with a red 2 and like a black red jacket and with the number 2. And fun fact, the red party in Korea is actually number 2, so a lot of fans dragged her for that one. I mean, yeah, K-pop should not be very political and stuff, obvious reasons. But she actually made an apologize. But yeah, she should maybe look a little bit more into like small details of what she posts and stuff. Because I'm also not very. I mean, I'm not Korean myself, etc. I can't vote and stuff, etc. And it should not really matter to outside people, but a lot of Korean like younger people could be influenced by that and stuff. So yeah, like fans. So I get the hang of it why they should restrain from doing that. And she should also. But yeah. That's something else. That's it for the Karina talk. And now we have OX news, actually, and their new agency made a statement that they had, like, Spire Entertainment to pay a 5 million won fee for every member, aka 11 times 5 million won. I think it's like 3,000-ish euros, 3,500-ish euros, or even 4,000. Like, as a compensation for Spire Entertainment using them. And also the IPQ stated that OX is gonna come back stronger and they won't be forgotten and they won't be like remembered as the saddest group in K-pop. And also the old agency director, Spire Entertainment's woman, Kang, was forwarded to prosecution actually, and the trial is gonna, I think, start either this month or next month. And I'm very interested in that one because Spire going to go down to hell. I swear to God, go down to hell. Sorry, not sorry. What? Yes. But now, that's the news for today. I think I mentioned everything. Let's move on to something fun. You have enough already. I'm done.
Now, actually starting with the main topic-ish of our podcast, which isn't like our normal stuff. Yeah, just our experience. But also a fun little thing in between to do, actually. Yeah.
Yes. Very exhausting and almost killing both of us, I think. But yes.
Yeah. We also don't want to mention how close all ours right now is to step into our olds.
To be fair, there are already olds. You can't even say
Yeah,
that we're close to
I
it.
know,
These days you can't.
Yeah, but we are still not saying it out loud, pretty much. We're still kind of contemplating.
As long as we're not getting them into our old bias line right now, it's kind of fine, I think. Looking at a specific member of all ours getting very, very close to it. Yes.
Yeah. But let's talk about our experiences and trips and everything. Yeah. The trip is the not so fun part, actually.
Yes, it was very exhausting.
Do you want to start? Your trip started first.
Nah, why? I yapped enough already. Okay,
Should I?
to make it
Okay.
chronological. So basically, I had my shift from like it was Saturday the what was it again? 24th, I think. Yes. My shift started at 12 and I worked until 8 p.m. So 20 or 20:30 actually. Then so I left my house at like I think Jesus Christ 8 in the morning. No. 9 or 10. And with a big bag of concert clothing and just the stuff that I need. It's actually just it was like a travel backpackish thingy. Like, how do you call that thingy?
I don't know.
The Reisetasche. Travel. It's a travel bag. And then after work, I went to a friend's house. Took a shower because I smelled like food and everything because I work in as a waitress kind of thingy. So yes. And I was already tired as hell, but my boss went and like was scheduled to depart at 23:30, so 11:30. Yes, at night. So basically, I went to the bus stop, to the like Vienna Omnibus Busbahnhof central bus station thingy. At like 11, and then took the Flixbus. I swear, Flixbus and me, best friends, last 2 months. And took the bus from 11:30 to 8 in the morning, 8:25, something like this. Literally the only thing I did was sleep. To be fair, like on, off, sleep, not sleep, not sleep. And then I met a friend first, because I was the one first to arrive in Berlin. Flashback to Poland, because I was the first one, and then I waited, I think, 8 hours.
This time it wasn't that bad, so
Yeah, this time it was actually okay. This time it was only like 2 hours-ish.
And you
And I
had
actually met another friend.
company. Yeah.
Yeah, I met another friend actually. Shout out to Nina. You're never gonna listen to it, but hi. And we went to a bakery, so I got breakfast. Went to the toilet because Jesus Christ, Flixbus toilet and me, no.
Never.
I don't know, I don't trust them. And then, yeah, I picked up our other friend, like a guy friend, that we kind of took with us, kind of dragged with us. But he kind of came from Hamburg, so basically, yes. It was fine. It was just a 2 hours ride for him. Or 4 hours-ish, because he took the
he took
slow
the
trains.
regional trains.
Yes.
So it was slower than the way back, yeah.
But that's actually it. So basically, then I met him, and then we waited from, I think, 10:30-ish to
3 p.m.
Yes. 3 p.m.-ish.
Yeah.
And actually, we just went to a coffee shop, so yes. We just were texting, chatting up, like, the fuck, where are you, Laura, and everything, and then we just talked a lot about random things. Yeah. Then we picked her up.
My day started at like 4 a.m. It's Sunday. Not as early as Luma, who like went overnight. But yeah, I woke up at like 4 a.m.-ish, packed the last essentials that I couldn't pack before because I still had to use them. And my train from my home city to a bigger city where my bus went from went at 6 a.m. So then I drove an hour to a bigger city. It's Nuremberg. Bad to pronounce in English, I'm sorry. And had to wait there for 2 to 2.5 hour-ish for my bus to come. Luma was in Berlin before my bus even came. So, yeah. Also, the experience with the Flixbus employees, like the drivers and stuff, was something.
Like, mine actually were kind of fun.
One is always there to like check your ticket and everything, and and then there's another person standing who just like takes your suitcase or your bags and anything to put it in like the little area on the side, on the outside of the bus where like you can put bags in and stuff. And like I asked the ticket guy if he like has to see my ID or something, because the only time I drove with Flixbus was to Luma to Austria, so like in our country there I had to show it, but there I didn't. But like the guy said, oh yeah, show it. And then the other guy from like the side came with, no, and then just took my suitcase out of my hand. I was like, huh? And I was okay, I'll accept it. Okay. I'm also always so paranoid. If it is my bus, if it is my train, anything like that, I check like 5 times. But yeah, then I had a very much fun 6-ish hour bus ride till I was in Berlin. And it was something. Also, I was also pretty shocked because we also a couple days before like the trip and everything, we always went on like the Flixbus side and looked if the seat next to us is still empty. And it was, but like the bus on the side was like packed, almost no seats empty and anything. And then we drove. I also just had 2 other stops where people could depart or like get on the bus. And the bus was half empty. I was so confused. Like, I don't know what the heck, if like half the people didn't make it or I don't know what, but it was interesting. I also just on the way to Berlin was like half sleeping, half not, but not like the whole bus ride. It was more like that in the train in the morning. But yeah, I also didn't have any data left on my phone. And like mobile data. Yeah, because I already had a trip in the beginning of May to Berlin and used a lot of data there. So I was on edge with my data. Like just a couple times an hour, I turned it on to see if somebody texts anything important or to just like update Luma and our other friend and anything. And I turned it off, listened to music, and yeah. Very boring, right? I also didn't download any movies or shows or anything. It was pretty dumb.
So, by the way, I mentioned another friend. I don't know if he wants to get name dropped, so I just got him guy friend number 1. A guy friend number 1, actually, it was planned that we were going with 2 of our guy good friends that we also went to Poland with. So, yes. But the second one is actually, he got sick I think 2-3 days before. And then he was like, yeah, I don't know if I can come or not. And then he texted us Sunday morning that he won't come. And then there was the opportunity that he might come on Monday for the concert. But then he also said it's impossible for him. And he's not going to regret it that he stayed home, but he's going to be sad. But yes. But yeah, so basically, guy friend number 1 actually had to deal with both of us. And he was kind of confused, but and everything. But yes. That was my door, because my mom just put something into my room. I don't know if you can hear that one, but yes. Not gonna cut that one out. So yeah. Guy friend number 2 put up with our number 1 put up with our stuff.
Yeah. And after we like the trio out of the original 4 people lineup.
We should have been Fantastic Four, sad.
Yeah, true that one. Like after we like meet up, like they picked me up at the bus stop. We went to the actually a 24/7 shop, convenience store thingy, to pick up our keys for our Airbnb, which was an experience we all didn't have till then.
Yes,
which was
that was the
pretty
first
interesting. Yeah. Like normally there is like a key box or something. You get a passcode to get the key like right next to the door or anything, something like that, or something more that sounds more trustworthy to get your key from. But no, it was a random 24/7 shop in like a street next to the street where the apartment was at.
Yes.
But it was an interesting experience.
I mean, it was kind of fun walking in there and being like, hi, the keys for Laura, and yes, do you have them, by the way?
Yeah, like we went in, there were like 2 people before us, like purchasing actually something there, and then we went in and I was just like, yeah, are you like the 24/7 shop with the keys for the apartment? And like really questioning myself, and the guy was like, oh yeah, I just need an ID and everything. And I just told him my name so he could already pick it out and stuff, and then showed him my ID, we got the keys and went with it, but it was interesting, I'd say.
Yes.
But yeah, after that we went to the apartment, which was also interesting to find the doors. But
Yep.
the like it was going through one door, then you are in like
staircase kind of thingy.
Yeah. There were stairs, and then in the back there was another door. If you go out that door, you are outside again. And then there were 2 doors left and right. We didn't know which one. We just looked at like the doorbells and which name, and it was like
Yes.
design something just, and like the apartment name was design apartment something something, and so that's how we eventually found our apartment.
But actually, it was not that bad. It was just for the first time,
Yeah.
it was like, ha, and
A
then
little bit
yeah.
confusing, but also the apartment keeper like was pretty nice and gave us a lot of directions and everything where we need to go, which is also good because of something like that. When the way is confusing like that, but she was pretty sweet. Also gave us like some thingies how with what public transportation we get from the central stations and everything to there, and it was pretty cutesy. We found it. That was nice.
And the apartment itself was actually also not that bad. It was like,
Mm.
it was a bit cracky, let's say it like that. But
A
I think
tiny bit, but nothing beats Poland.
No, nothing beats Fallen. That one was cracky, but it was still good though. And
Yeah.
cheap. Both of them were cheap.
Yeah, true that one. But
So,
sadly, it was
yeah.
like at the first level, like ground
Yes,
level,
ground level.
and there were pretty big windows in the room we both slept in. So
And the curtain were not that.
not existed.
Yeah.
It was white and very thin and very see through. It was interesting.
Yes.
But yeah,
It was
we
not
made
that
it
bad
through.
though.
Yeah. And there is also one thing in that
Yeah,
apartment.
talk about the television. Talk about the television.
On Sunday in the evening, like guy friend number one was like lying on the floor, and someone was just, like playing is she annoying him and stuff, and bumped her head straight on the screen from the
Yes.
television, like
Not
her
screen,
forehead.
but like the side-ish. And it was also
Okay,
white, so it looked literally like
like the
the
wall.
wall. Yes. So basically the wall was
Yeah,
like the
like the frame
television
also.
side was white.
Yeah, the frame from like the television. She bumped her head on that.
But it's not
Then,
that hard for it. It was just funny as fuck
yeah.
for me.
Then Monday morning, my backpack was like,
No, it was Sunday night. It was literally night-ish. Like,
was it night? Wasn't
yeah,
it
it was
morning?
before going to sleep. Because guy friend number one was literally, let's call him S because I can't say guy friend number one. Guy friend, like, S was literally in his, like, other room because he had a different room. It was
Yeah,
planned
yeah.
that they
Your
both.
incident was on Sunday evening. My
Yeah, but yours as
incident
well.
was on
No,
Monday
no, he was
morning.
sleeping. He was already sleeping
Yeah,
and
it
we
was
were
Monday
going to
morning
bed.
already because I
No,
was like, yeah, I wanted to stand up and like already go to the toilet or
it was like a
get
little bit
something
after
from the
midnight.
table.
It was something like 1 in the morning, but not morning. It was before going to bed because I was already laying in bed and I was like, yeah, okay, it's fine. And then you just bumped your head and I was literally like, oh no. And then we went to sleep. And in the morning, we were like laughing and telling him the story already.
I don't know anymore. But like my backpack was under that TV and the TV had like some kind of construction behind it so you can like pull it out and angle it so you can look at the TV from like the bed and stuff. Uh and then I was like crouched down to get something out of my backpack or put something in, I don't even know anymore. And then I wanted to stand up and full on the edge of the TV
Yes.
into the back of my head, and it hurted so bad that even like a couple of tears came out of my eye because it was so bad. Even till now, like yesterday, even probably also today, when I scratch my head on that area, it hurts and gives me a bad headache. Like yesterday and on Monday also, I scratch my head just normally, not even thinking about it anymore. It's already been a week and it still hurts. Like I don't know what. I don't know. Maybe I had an open wound or anything there that I just scratched open again, but it freaking still hurts. And it's literally right now 2 for the TV, 0 for us.
Yes, literally. So yeah, that was actually one of the only bad things about the apartment.
Yeah, we were close
The
to
curtains.
type something in the
Review, yeah.
review about the TV. Be careful or
Yes.
anything for the next people who stay there. But it
Uh,
hurts.
yep.
But like the odds that both of us like just full on head against TV, it was funny, but it hurt.
Yep. Going back to Sunday, in the afternoon because I was a tourist with the tourist welcome cart for Berlin, for the like public transport stuff. I dragged them actually sightseeing, even though it was kind of raining. So basically, we went to the hotel, like Airbnb, got a little bit ready, also watched the MVs and stuff, and showed it to our friend, like S. And then I just dragged
Call
them
him
like,
our friend.
yeah,
Jesus.
friend.
It gives me flashbacks to Pretty Little Liars or something like that. Eh?
I don't know, yeah, I never watched that one. But yes, basically, I dragged them to Brandenburger Tor. Then we went to the Reichstag. And then we went to get bubble tea, actually, quick, because there was an all-hours event for the concert. And you got like a fan-made PC thingy and also a sticker. And the bubble tea was also kind of nice. It was interesting.
Yeah, it was banana pudding matcha.
Yes.
With tapioca pearls.
A little bit weird.
It was tasty, but the first thing I did before drinking that was taking my Lactate. Yeah.
Oh, we actually went Korean food. Like, I got Korean food. It was kind of fine, but the restaurant was actually Chinese owned, I think. It was weird, but yeah. And then I was like, yeah, can we go to museums in like the museums island? Because I want to be there again because I actually liked it 5 years ago. So yeah, they were like, nah, it's late already, and we would be home late. But then I convinced them, or they finally gave in that we went to the museums as well.
Yeah, no. After that, we were like, okay, it is late. Yeah, let's go back. But we were like, yeah, okay, for the tourists that doesn't come here pretty often, we will go. It was like that.
But we went there, and I took some cute pictures and stuff. So we went actually then to Brandenburger Tor again as well for the thing in the evening without rain, and then we went to the
without rain and with light.
Yes, and I think we went home at like a little bit before midnight-ish, and then we went to sleep.
No, I think already after.
After midnight? No, I think it was a little before midnight. Midnight. I think it was a little bit before because the other, like, Monday evening, we came home very late. At like 1.
True.
But yes, that was Sunday and our trip and stuff. And now moving on to Monday and actually concert.
Yeah, concert day, D-Day.
Hey.
Like, we woke up, got ready in the morning and everything, went with our pretty hair rollers still on our head to have the hair as pretty as it could be when the concert came. We went out with hair rollers for breakfast. And even, do you want to say it?
Oh yeah, the girl at the like cafe we went to, she literally was like, I see 2 very pretty bangish things later. It was so cute. It was so cute.
It was pretty cute.
It was really cute. So yeah, kind of talked to her about all ours as well.
Yeah,
K-pop in general. But it was very cute, so shout out to you. You're never gonna listen to it, but hi!
Okay, that's already the second time you say that, please.
I always do that.
Jeez. But yeah, after breakfast we like chilled there a little bit still, because it was still pretty early to go to the venue, but when it was kind of decent time to go to the venue and check out things, we went there.
I think it's like 1-ish.
Yeah.
Like, I think we went to the venue a little bit past 1.
Yeah, a little bit past 1 p.m. or something-ish. Yeah. We also walked there, which also took quite some time, then taking the bus and yeah.
But it was actually not that bad. It was not raining anymore.
True. Luckily. Whereas I would still look like a lion. Because like I have natural, very curly hair, and I straightened my hair for the concert. I did that on Saturday evening, and after Sunday, when it rained a little bit the whole day in Berlin, I looked like a lion. And I was praying for it not to rain on Monday. And luckily, it didn't.
Yeah, basically, at the venue, we were like, there were not that many people, actually, at like for the VVIP and VVIP Plus lining up stuff. And like the check-in for Premium, I think, as well. Or not even Premium, it was just VVIP and VVIP Plus. And basically, we were just sitting there, and somehow we adopted an Italian girl. And we got we met a lot of people. Like, we talked to really a lot of people. Yeah.
Social battery after that was empty, to be honest.
Yes, for me as well, even though I'm kind of extrovert.
Nope, I'm an introvert. And after that weekend, my social battery was more than empty.
But to be fair, all of the people we met were really, really cute.
Mm-hmm.
And like we got a lot of freebies, like some what's it called again? Palchi.
Bracelets.
Thank you. Why did I just remember
Bracelets
the
and
mean word?
chains and everything. Some self-made photo cards. Pretty cutesy stuff.
It was
Like,
really cute.
always the freebies at the K-pop concert.
Yeah, so then, because we talked about it on Sunday as well, but we didn't buy it, we got ourselves snapshots, actually. And if you don't know what a snapshot is, it's literally just taking a Polaroid picture with one member for 40 euros. Saying it like this might sound dumb as hell, but it makes sense.
It was worth it. It was worth it.
It was actually worth it.
You could buy some inside, but like we lined up because we got lanyards for our VIP tier. We got wristbands for our admission tier.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you had like a snapshot, you could also get your snapshot ticket there because you like got some papers thingy, which I'm still sad about that I didn't take a picture of it because we didn't get it back, sadly. I took a picture of Ons, but yeah.
You got... Who did you get first? You got
On
first, right? And I was like getting human because Xane was already not available anymore. Yeah. I was literally like looking at it in the morning and was still there, and then at the venue it was sold out, and I was like, damn it.
Yeah,
I got human.
So before going in and like getting all our stuff like lanyard, bracelet thingy and everything, we went on like the page on the internet where you could get the snapshots, and like half an hour before we got in and got all our stuff and the tickets and everything, we bought the snapshots. So, some may call us irresponsible with money, some may call us, I don't know, but it wasn't a good investment, okay?
I mean, we're not going to talk about the 80 to 90 euros-ish signed albums that we bought inside, like, literally randomly.
Yeah, like the only merch you could get wasn't like even a tour shirt or anything, which I was pretty sad about because I always want to get a shirt or a hoodie or anything from the tour, but we didn't get the shirts. The only thing you could buy was
free signed albums.
A pack of 3 signed albums, like signed from all the members, because I only have 3 albums yet, or like the keychain plushie thingies, but it's not plushie like from their representative animal thingy. It was printed on and not like a real model or anything. So we were like, but we got the albums. So, but actually, if we put it like that, it was $90, and in euros it was 80 euros.
80-ish.
Yeah, and that divided by 3 is actually a good price for an album signed by all 7 members. I paid for my signed Psychers albums 35 euros, and it's just signed from 1 member. So, and I also paid shipping because Hello 82. I don't want to talk about Hello 82. But yeah. Also, one thing we didn't mention before we got all our tickets and stuff, landed, blah blah blah. There was a girly pops handing out freebies, right before the entrance, and we talked a little bit to her, and she said like, "Yeah, I'm always at every K-pop concert that's happening in Berlin. I always make freebies, but almost never go to the concert because of money and stuff." So we actually remembered we still have a spare ticket because like the friend of our that couldn't attend, and we felt like, okay, we actually wanted to hand it out to somebody who wants to go, but like didn't really find somebody that came across us. But then like we remembered we still have the ticket, and before it's like just not get used and like just it got paid for it and nobody used it, it's like pretty sad. So I was like, oh, we still have a ticket and everything. She was like, no, I'm going to, I don't know who it was. I think it was in Hype and stuff. It's already pretty pricey. We were like, it's for free. You can take it.
She also had to pay some bills, I think she said.
Yeah.
And we were like, just take it. There you go.
Take it. It's for free. And she started crying.
Almost started very crying. It was cute. It was very
It
cute.
was pretty cute, and she like had a lot of stuff with her also and stuff, like bags full of freebies and everything because she wasn't concert prepared and on that day. One thing she was prepared, she had like some demonia shoes thingies with like big ass
Oh yeah,
platforms.
the heels.
Yeah. So that was a good one that she was wearing those. But like we also checked out if there was like a wardrobe inside where she can put her things and everything. And after we got out and got our tickets, I told her that and everything. And she was just there sitting at like a bench and scrolling through her phone and like deleting stuff to get some free space for like concert videos and everything. It was so cute, and she was like stressing out.
True, you went to hers, and I, the small Italian girl that we kind of made friends with, she wanted to buy the albums as well, but her card got declined the whole time, and she was right in front of me, and I already said outside that I could borrow her like my cash, because why not? Just give it back to me after like either the concert, PayPal me, or whatever. And then inside her card was declined, I think 3 or 4 times, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna pay for you. Come here, I'll give you the money here. And then we went outside and she wanted actually to PayPal me. First I gave her the wrong email address because her autocorrection changed my actual name to the other version that you can have with my name, and it was awful without the H. And I think also without the E at the end, but I think it was just without the H. And then she actually, her mom was near, and she was like, oh wait, my app now is not working. Like her PayPal wasn't working all of a sudden. Like she couldn't get in or couldn't send anything. So basically, she just went to her mom and was like, "Yeah, mom, give me 80 euros," and then she gave me the money. So yes, it was also a thingy that I helped with, but I was like, "Yeah, just give it back to me. It's fine." And I know you, and you're gonna be at the concert anyways later, so you can either PayPal me or give me the money later as well. So
yeah,
it's not that bad.
We as K-pop fans are too trustworthy with strangers.
A little bit.
Or normal people. You can tell other people that don't have anything to do with K-pop that you just did that without knowing her longer than 2 hours.
Yes.
And just lended her 80 euros and with nothing secured that you will get it back. But we just trust each other, and I love that.
Yeah. So basically, Laura went to the girl, and I did the thingy with the money and got my money back. And then we made another girl happy with the concert ticket. So yes, that was our good thing of the day. But there was something else. So basically, there was the thingy that said there was queuing and checking in stuff between 3 and 6 p.m. But basically, somehow we were like, okay, perfect. Then we should be there at like 6-ish p.m. Fine. We're gonna go home. On our way home, we just needed 20 minutes to the venue, actually. So we sat at the bus stop because we wanted to take the bus. And there was suddenly a guy approaching. That guy was weird. Jesus. He was like a car... Well, how do you say that? A guy helping other cars or like getting them because they can't drive anymore. Reparatur service. I don't know how to say that in English. I think you're Googling. But yes, basically that guy went...
breakdown service for cars.
Yes, and basically that guy came to us and he was like, I can't call this guy. Why can't I call this guy? And he was handing us the phone without any explanation at all, actually. And then we tried to call that guy, and then we were like, oh no, it's not working. Your flat is not working, and it's also not calling. So basically he had another phone, actually. He gave us the other phone, and we called the guy from the car that he was picking up. So we kind of helped him. He was weird as hell, but I was like, we were just like, okay, let's help. We can't do anything else. Then we actually took the bus. And we went to Lidl because we wanted to like eat
a grocery store
because we were hungry. Yeah, Lidl grocery store. And then we went back to our apartment. We were like eating a little bit, and then the Italian girl actually texted us, "Yeah, we're queuing already in like 50 minutes ish, and we need 20 to the venue, by the way." So basically, we were like stressed as hell. We were not even. I think I finished my bread.
I didn't.
But we had croissants left. And we just opened our monsters to like drink. Laura even didn't go to the toilet. Yes.
I drank half like a monster, and I was like, oh yes, I have some time. I'll go to the toilet later, so I don't have to go at the venue, at the concert and stuff. Psych!
I went, the first
Hell,
thing
I
I went
could do that.
was going to the toilet actually, and then just starting eating my bread, and I'm actually fast with eating bread, so basically I ate that one, inhaled it, opened my monster, one sip, and then I looked at my phone. Damn it! Then we actually were running to the bus, and we, like, our Google Maps, my Google Maps said that we didn't, like, we should not get the bus, and we would be there at, like, 45-ish, 17:45-ish, but there was traffic. There was a lot of traffic, actually.
We couldn't catch the bus at the nearest bus stop because the
Yeah.
bus already passed it. So we couldn't go
But,
there,
like,
and the
5
next
meters.
bus stop was like a little bit further away.
Yes, and then we went to the crossing thingy, the intersection thingies, and we just saw the bus and we were like, okay, maybe we could try getting the bus at the other bus stop. We were literally speed walking, gay walking to the other bus stop, and the reason why the bus was delayed was traffic. Fun fact: the traffic was caused by the, what was it
Breakdown
called?
service.
Breakdown service guy. He was the
like
reason why we catch the bus. Like,
yeah,
we
he
caught
was
the
like
bus.
standing in. There were like 3 lanes for that side of the road where you could drive, and he was like standing in the middle. So there was a lot of traffic, and the traffic was very slow, and the bus couldn't get through pretty fast.
Yes.
So we actually got to the next bus station before the bus could. It was just good karma following
That was
us
good karma.
because we helped the same breakdown service guy, and then he was causing traffic so we could catch our bus to the venue.
Yes. And basically we made a 25-ish like bus ride and stuff, like way from our Airbnb to like the venue in, I think, 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And we actually went there, and it was there. We could have still waited a little more, like we shouldn't have stressed that much, but it was good that we arrived there because they were already lining up and stuff. And by the way, I wanted to get humans. I wanted to get Jaden's snapshot first, and then I got humans because Jaden was sold out, right? And I asked the people while I exchanged my human one, oh, have you actually some Jaden ones left? Oh, only the premiums. Oh, no, thanks. Not gonna pay 60 euros for 3 more poses that I'm not even considering. So basically I didn't get it. But that's a funny thing. I think because maybe that was my karma, because I lent my money to the girl. The Jaden snapshot came back. I just made that connection. Maybe. Who knows?
Like there were 10 more-ish back in stock actually, and it was.
But later on, like after the
Soundcheck. After Soundcheck, yeah.
Yeah, so basically we came in time, by the way, and then we just queued up and met a lot of more people and etc. etc.
Yeah, we didn't only adopt the Italian girl, we adopt a little child. I could say child, she is 3 years younger than me.
2008.
2008? Okay, yeah. A little Ukrainian girl. And then
a Czech girl.
Yes. Also, yeah. Because we had numbers for our, which I love if you get numbers on your ticket. Thank the concert gods that all ours had numbers on the ticket.
Literally.
And like we were all next to each other with our number, so we adopted each other. And when they're kind of together, then yeah. Yeah. And
now you're gonna start with the Fansign, I guess, because you went first.
After the queuing and everything, we got in. We had to line up inside the venue, and then all ours came in for the Fansign, which was literally just, we couldn't even sit in front of them. We just had to pass them. They were like sitting in front of them was a table. We also couldn't bring like our own albums or PCs or anything to sign. We got provided a poster that they will sign, and you only had as much time to talk to them as they signed the poster. Yeah, and like when we were still standing in line and music was playing in the background, like instrumentals from their songs, I was like dancing, yeah, give me, okay, I was dancing, yeah, I was happy and everything. And then it was, yeah. in front of them. Chain was the first one.
Yes.
And it started, and I was just mind blank. The fan sign isn't something I pleasantly remember because I couldn't get anything out of my mouth. It was just blank, and the only things I could say was like, "Hello, yeah, how are you?" Blah 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 blah. Just the not so very special things. And even in front of On, I was the only thing that came out of my mouth was, I'm so nervous. I can't even talk right now. I wanted to bury myself into the ground. And after
Yeah,
the
everyone
fan
was pretty
sign,
down.
my mood wasn't
Yeah.
the best ish after the till Soundcheck. But
Yeah.
after Soundcheck, it was better. But my mood wasn't the best after that one because I was vibing in very good mood, and the second I'm in front of them,
Brain blank.
blackout, just nothing. So the fan sign wasn't the best experience for me. It was still fine and everything. Yeah, I got them in front of me and everything, but nothing very special for me. So yeah, I could have done more with the opportunity I had to have them, all of them in front of me, and could like talk a little bit to them, but I didn't make a lot with that. So yeah. But you actually made something good out of that,
I
so
don't think it was good. It was just funny as hell.
now you drop your fan sign experience.
Basically, I was just behind Laura, and the first one was Xin, and he was like, "Hi," and I was like, "안녕하세요." I just my brain was just straight up Korean actually for that one. It was just yeah, let's do it. My Korean is fine enough to talk to them, and I can understand them as well. So basically, that's good. And he was like, he asked me something. I responded in Korean, and he was like, "Why is your Korean so good?" And I was like, "I lived there in Korea, and I needed to move on." Then the next, I think, 2 members, 3 members ish, my brain was fried chicken, so I just answered in English kind of ish with 감사합니다 maybe. Someone actually also, like, my hair right now is kind of cool. I like it myself because I did it myself actually, and I'm very proud of it. It's like reddish with the 2 front pieces black from my bangs, and the lower part is also like black.
The
So
ends.
basically it was yeah, like foxish, like the
A
fox.
foxtail.
Yeah, foxtail. And basically someone complimented me, and the only thing was the Kamsonidal who came out. And then at Hyunmin, it was literally like my brain was fried chicken. I saw that guy and I was like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck? He is fine as fuck. He's a child, but he is fine as fuck.
Hey.
And I literally just said, oh, on Korean, oh my god, I love your hair. Like literally full enthusiastic. And I know, I think all was after him and Masami in front of him, or someone was in front of him, and all 3 of them started laughing so hard at my Korean. And they were like really, really cute, like, oh, 감사합니다 and everything. And we were just a little bit talking, and then with all, I also just said, oh, 감사합니다, 이따 or something like that. See you later, I don't know. And after that one, I was just done with my brain again. Brain was fried chicken. But yes, that was my Fansign experience. It was better than the traditional high touch.
Yeah, true.
That one was better.
True that one.
I didn't screw at anyone. I just said "kapsulida" or "hi." And I think I said to someone asked me, "How are you?" And I was literally the meme. I'm fine, thank you. And you? But even like the voice, and I was like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck did I do that? Yeah, but it was fun though. The snapshot one was better. But the fans one was, for me, it was fun. It was literally just talking a little bit in Korean and everyone being surprised why I can speak Korean. Yeah. Moving on,
Yeah.
after that one, there was the soundcheck. It was literally 2 songs. I can't even
Sadly.
remember. It was All Hours
It was
and
all hours.
then
I don't know which another one.
like Techman?
I
Oh wow wow. It was something upbeat.
yeah, but I would need to go back to my
Yeah, I don't remember
videos
either.
to actually, no, not even videos. We
Yeah, because we
weren't
were not
able
allowed
to.
to
Yeah, we
record.
weren't allowed to film
Mhm.
anything or have our phones out at like the fan sign and soundcheck.
Yes. But actually, we had some like interactions as well, like all of us kind of. So yeah, Soundcheck was cool. And also, it was kind of fun because they were just like telling the staff, yeah, turn my voice lower and the members louder or stuff like this, like just directions. And the fans were just screaming, and I was laughing at them like, I'm sure 99% of you didn't understand what he was saying, but you're just screaming because, oh my god, his voice. And he was actually, some of them were like, I don't know who it was. I think it was either Taden or Kono that was like, do you guys understand what I'm saying? And all of them were like, ah! And I was looking at them like, no, you're not gonna do it. And it's also funny because Laura and the other people around us were looking at us. And I just explained to Laura what like one member said, like voice lower and stuff, or turn me lower and members louder, etc. And everyone was like, you understand it? And I'm like, yeah. Should I translate for you as well? Then I just translated for the whole corner. And it was literally just the directions, nothing more. It was nothing.
The translator, because like the soundcheck didn't have an actual translator provided, but the concert had one, actually.
Yeah, but it was still funny because I didn't even listen to the translator. I was just listening to them and being like, oh yeah, I understand it. Oops. Sorry, not sorry. But yeah, that was the soundcheck experience. It was kind of fun. It was not that. It was also not the crowded. We were like the last ones from like the crowd. So basically, I looked back. Was like, okay, no one is behind me. Like literally, no one stepped one step back, and I was literally just vibing. Like Jesus Christ, I was yeeting myself left and right, dancing kind of. But it was fun. And yeah, then when there was a break, and then I somehow got to I got told that Satan snapshots were restocked. I was looking at all of them just 10 minutes, 20 minutes before the concert, and my friends were like the people we got to know, and also the friend and you. They were like, "Oh, do it!" I was like, "Fuck it, run, run there!" Like literally ran there, and was like, "Okay, a snapshot with Satan. Gimme. Literally, gimme."
I'm sad I didn't run and also got the snapshot with Satan afterwards.
Yeah, I'm sad that I didn't get the Henman one after that one. But yeah. I think, to be fair, I was just running. And then at the table, by the way, I was the one paying. Or I think the girl in front of me was paying, kinda. She wanted also a snapshot with someone. And she only had, big euro, bills. And they could, not change them. So I was just there standing oh, I have smaller ones. Should I pay first and then you give her my money back so that it's, easier for all of us? So we were literally just exchanging bills kind of thingies so that she could get hers with getting the exact amount back and then I could get mine. So it was kind of chaotic, but I literally helped again with money thingy. Didn't land it, but it was just, to make it for everyone easier. Yeah, more convenient for everyone. Hi. Very random at the end of this episode. It's a solo outro today. And here's Luma from the future. Actually, we recorded this one yesterday. I'm recording this one on Thursday. So the audio would have been a little bit too long, and the podcast would have been almost 3 hours. Yeah, okay. I mean, half an hour break for both of us because we needed to do something, but we still have been 2 hours 30-ish. That's why we decided that we're gonna split this episode into 2 parts. Okay, you listened to audio, episode 1 right now, 14.1. And actually, tomorrow is gonna drop for 14.2. So, yes. Stay tuned for the next episode, because this one was just our experience traveling to Berlin and little pre-concert sightseeing, as well as soundcheck and Fansign experience. Tomorrow is gonna be all about concert experience, a little bit about concert etiquette, as well as snapshot experience and the goodbye. So yeah, I hope you had a lot of fun. Yapping too much. See you tomorrow. No, maybe I'm gonna see you. Who knows? But weird as solo outro from me. Bye.